What's up, Shane? So, I just wanted to give you a quick little rundown. I guess it wouldn't be that quick, but um, just wanted to let you know I got the package. I appreciate the handwritten note. That was just a very meaningful and generous kind of addition there. The merch all looks fantastic. Um, but I did kind of just want to let you know what each album means to me individually. So I think maybe I'll start with this gem right here. Um, so this I actually got in 2013 on iTunes, just kind of random happenstance, finding and purchase immediately. Um, I would say probably my standout tracks would be um, the first two there, particularly the second one, Cover Their Faces with Shame. Just love, your vocal delivery on that song, and just kind of the brutality of it. And also, I think a kind of unsung hero of this album is In Dreams. Really legendary song. Um, and yeah, I did actually lose this album when my hard drive fried, so I haven't really been able to find like a copy of it anywhere. So I just appreciate that you included it in the package. And it was a pretty great start for someone who I truly believe grew to become, I'm sorry, a legendary musician to me. So thank you for this. And yeah, but moving on, got this gem. Love the album artwork. I really was a fan of the production on this album. I just love how raw it is, and your vocals on it were incredible, as always. But Josh's drumming is always top tier. I've always looked up to him as a player as well. And yeah, I think the whole band just crushes it on this album. And I'm curious who you got to do the album artwork for this one, because this is really like owning a piece of artwork, like true artwork. So just kind of moving on to the track list, I would say my favorite song used to be Definitions, but I think there's a line in the Everlasting track, where you say, "My throat is parched and my eyes fail, looking for my God," and that line really speaks to me, especially now. Just so many personal things kind of going on in my life, and just kind of I kind of went through a phase, kind of really doubting my faith in God, and just really questioning a lot of things going on in my life. So that track really does speak to me quite a bit. Of course, all five tracks are incredible, and I think this really was just a great start for Hands. Let me just move it out a little bit. This was a great start for Hands, and it really shows what you would grow to become as a band. So I appreciate it very much. All right, moving on. This album might as well just be its own genre of music. And, I think this is really what the sounds of Earth should sound like. I excuse me, sorry. I love. I think my favorite track on this one is probably tied between three songs: Despair, Hope, and Revelation. Um, I just love the way that those three songs kind of flow. I mean, you do have Ignorance there in the middle, which I love as well, of course. Um, I don't want to. I don't want you to think I'm like some fanboy, but I just think the way that the album flows, and just kind of how just incredible the musicianship is. I I know you guys worked with Mike Dredge on this one and the Everlasting EP. I hope he's doing well. His producing skills are unfathomable. I don't know if you still talk to him, but just give him my regards, and just let him know that his work is just incredible. I don't know who he studied under for production, but that guy did his job. So really appreciate this one. It's truly the hidden gem of your discography. So anyway, all right. Moving on. Creator. Truly a fantastic record. I think. Oh, there's no track listing on the back, unless it's. Nope. Going off of memory, because I have listened to this album quite a lot, I would say that the top tracks for me are Hurricanes, Robed in Majesty, actually, and also Least of These. Just love the musicianship on those tracks, and just the overall songwriting in general. I think you guys were really firing on all cylinders, and it really does show in the musicianship and just the song crafting. So do appreciate it quite a lot. All right. This one is probably going to be the toughest one to talk about, because I was going through a period in 2011 when this came out. Again, kind of a lot of the same stuff, just doubting my faith and doubting kind of some of the things going on in my life. But I have to say, standout tracks would be Jovian. I think that probably is about your daughter, but I just love the the lyrics and the message of that song. It makes me think of my son, and it's definitely an important track to me. And I think the other one, the other two actually, would be I Will and the track Water. I Will is the first one I would just want to mention. When you mentioned in like the first, I believe it's like the first verse of the song. Can you feel the anger in my heart? I can't believe this is me. Um, because I mean, I'm going through some stuff right now, actually. That's kind of led to a lot of like angry kind of feelings, just in my social life and my personal life, and it's led to a lot of resentment and a lot of anger. Um, and I can really relate to those lyrics in that song. And the next one um, would be Water, um, because there is one lyrical passage in there that you talk about. Are the you say something about, are these your seeds? Are these your branches? And I'm so disgusted by all of this. Um, and it just kind of makes me think about a lot of those people who kind of hide behind their faith and going to church on Sundays, and like all the other days of the week they act like terrible people, and then they kind of go to church on Sundays and then it wipes their soul clean, or they think it does. And I just think that like that's something that just really speaks to me, because I think there are many people that kind of, I don't know if it's like just something like lately that's happening, or it's been happening for a long time. But I think it's something that's kind of gotten pretty bad in the past. I would say like maybe like 5-10 years. So that really does speak to me. And Jovian, just wanted to circle back to that track, because it does make me think of my son. And there is a line in there where you talk about you know um, kind of just always being there for your child, no matter what. And that's something that really does speak to me positively. So I do appreciate it, and how meaningful that line is to me. um, and yeah, so all right, almost done. I know this is probably going to be like a 15-minute video, but uh, this is where I think, you got this gem right here. This is where I think it truly, gets to a completely different level. So, funny story, I actually wanted to share with you. I was at a wedding last week, and I was kind of telling some of the people at my table. We were the cool kids table, and I was telling them a little bit about this album, and what it means to me, and how I wanted to get a tattoo of the album artwork on my arm, kind of like an abridged version of it, or a shrunk down version. Um, and I was actually under the impression, since 2013, when this album came out, that that is a sword. Um, and then I had showed the picture to one of my friends at the table, and he's like, Mike, like, that's a rocket, right? And I was like, oh my God, it's a rocket. So I'm just curious, like, what, is that a sword, like, kind of like in front of the fire? Or is that a rocket? Because I'm just curious. Like, I don't want to get a tattoo and be like, oh, hey, can you do this sword? And it's actually a rocket. So anyway, just a funny little story. And then kind of moving on to the track list, Get Out, just a very meaningful song and an incredible opener. Um, I was really going through a pretty dark time when this album came out. As I told you some of it in my Facebook message, but I think this album is completely next level. Every song, I could pick highlights for this one, but every song is a highlight. I mean, you have "Speak" with Christian um, Lindskog. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah. So, um, and the song "Poison" um, is just completely incredible. Um, I I really like the line where you say, "How long will it take before I'm seeing red?" Really, just uh, incredible line. I just think that song, um, really encapsulates, I think, what this album as a whole is about. Um, and I kind of always describe this album as a recovery album. Maybe if for this is something that I would use to help recovering alcoholics and recovering addicts in general. I really think it could uh, you know speak to them, like the song "Speak." And I mean, having Holly Ann on the closer, I've always liked her work with her solo stuff, and I'm not sure if she's doing anything recently, but I think she put out one or two albums. Um, I'm not sure if she's done anything recently. Um, and yeah, I mean, just an incredible piece of work. I truly commend you for creating this album. As far as the Everything in Slow Motion discography is concerned, I truly think that this one is the is the is the best. You know, I really love the song "Red" off of the EP, the first EP for Everything in Slow Motion, but this album is just transcends anything that I've heard in the music industry. Period. Um, so I just wanted you to hear that, and it's important to me. I can't think of another word to describe it at this moment, but it's very important. And I think that this album will be alive in a lot of people's hearts for a very long time. So thank you. All right. Moving on down the line. Um, we got this one, the Laid Low EP. Um, you know, I kind of, I kind of, I've always seen this EP as a transitional EP for your sound and your music, because I think it's kind of like the beginning of what would become Influence in 2020. Um, I think my personal opinion is that the first three tracks um, are fantastic. Um, and I really do want to give this EP another like thorough listen, because I remember on first listen, for some reason I just couldn't get into the last two tracks. I don't know if it was just like the instrumentation, or I just couldn't kind of understand the message or kind of the vibe that you were going for. But I definitely do want to give this album just another thorough um, like spin, just to kind of revisit it as an almost 35-year-old. And, yeah. So, all right. And last, as of the recording of this video, which is 6/13, 2025. Excuse me. So this album was definitely a grower for me. I think the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it. And I just noticed little things kind of thrown in with the instrumentation that I didn't notice even on the last listen. Um, I love Apollo. I don't know what it is about that song. I just love it. I just love the guitar tone that you used, and it's just incredible. Um, but really, I think the one that stands out the most for me would be either Clementine. I hope I'm saying that right. Um, or let's see. Uh, Maybe Tired Eyes. I don't think that track gets enough love. Um, so I think it deserves more attention. Just like the rest of your discography. And I mean, I can't, say this enough. How much your discography, from the very beginning, has meant a lot. And I just wanted to share with you just kind of some standout, uh, moments from the discography, because I just remember, this album came out in a very transitional time in my life. Um, I had gotten my first place, and I was kind of just figuring out who I was as a person. And it's just interesting that the album is called Influence, because it's, kind of just digesting those influences and what they mean to me, and just like what my purpose in the world and what my life means to others. So anyway, um, that is pretty much just everything I wanted to say. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you for sending this package. Um, I hope you're having a good day or night. But yeah, definitely keep in touch, and have a good night.